The kind of cases that we do get here in mother and child, perhaps she would have been one of the unfortunate mortality statistics. And that is why a facility such as this place must be made available to everybody.
Yes, I'm Dr Oyeneyin, the CMD Mother and Child Hospital Akure. You're welcome. I need to go for a ward round, and please, you can join me. Good morning, Auntie. What did you do for Akure? Your father is here? Okay. My name is Dr Oyeneyin. I'm the chief doctor here. So what she has is antepartum hemorrhage from major placenta previa, which is a major cause of mortality in our environment. So we can't deliver her yet because she's still preterm. So our prayer is that the bleeding will resolve itself, and then she'll be able to go home with clear instructions that if the bleeding should recur, she must come back again. If there's no problem, you go home. But you go to come see us from Idore. Abi, she been at Idore, you they stay. You go to come see us every week. Whether problem there or problem no there, you go come. But if bleeding starts again, you go rush back here. So you understand? I think I saw her before. Another case. Okay, no, I saw it before. Where are the house officers? Yeah. Now, in this place, every patient that you see with a high blood pressure, you must do urinalysis for them. Please, even before you raise the alarm, you must have, because PIH management is different from management of preeclampsia. You understand that, Abi? Good. So please, and the only way you can make a diagnosis of preeclampsia is if you do urinalysis. So if urinalysis is negative, the patient remains PIH. You manage accordingly as per the protocol, which I'm sure you've been given. If the patient has plus, not trace, but plus, because preeclampsia, and we have to manage accordingly. What you need to do at your level is just call for the MO or consultant. Now, so we're going for the ward round in the postnatal ward. Good morning. Previous scar. Failed previous scar. Ẹ káàárọ̀. Ẹ pé ẹ wo bí à ń wò yín. Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́.
I'm Mrs. Olayeneyin Elizabeth Olakunle. I'm the officer in charge of labor for Mother and Child Hospital, Akure. They brought one patient by name Adekunle Latifat. She came from a mission house. She said she had spent 2 days there. On getting here, I was one that admitted her. There was no FH. The BP was 90/16. Immediately I called the attention of the doctor and the consultant around. They attended to her. Before they arrived, she was even restless. So they now set a drip for her. Then they interviewed her. She confessed that she had spent 2 days over there. And she's the previous years. She had that years in 2007. The baby is alive. The one she delivered by herself, she said she lost that baby. So she said she traveled to Lagos and came back yesterday. Getting to Akure, she now went to a mission house. They gave her some concussions, which I don't know. So when the doctor came, when they set up the drip for her, immediately she was rushed to the theater.
So Dr Oyeneyin lórúkọ mi, èmi Dr àgbà tó wà níbí. Ṣé ẹ rántí pé àárọ̀ àlọ́ náà wá síbí? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí yín kẹ́ tó wá síbí? Torí àráyè béèrè àwọn nǹkan lọ́wọ́ yín pọ̀. Ẹ ró mi fún 4 weeks. Hospital lẹ lọ ní àbí mission house? Ọjọ́ mélòó lẹ lò mission náà? Kí ni wọ́n fún yín lò? Tí wọ́n gbé drip sókè ni àwọn fún yín lábẹ́rẹ́ ni ní ẹ̀dọ̀ mission house. How did we know it was How did we know it was misoprostol? How did we know it was misoprostol?
She said they added something into the milk and they made her.
So you assume this? It may not have been misoprostol. But it must obviously something strong. No, it can't be oxytocin. It won't work. Oxytocin won't work orally. It must have been misoprostol. Or this herb. I mean, what's the name of that herb? That has oxytocin. Where is that talking about? There's a herb. You know? In summary, what she has just told us is that she was pregnant. She developed some labor symptoms. And because of her fear of undergoing another cesarean section, because she had a cesarean section, but she had a cesarean section the previous delivery. So because of her fear, she tried to seek the help of a mission house. This is like a traditional birth attendant. And she was given some concussions, some tablets mixed with milk. We have our suspicion what the tablet is, but we don't have a confirmation. And she took the mixture, and suddenly, according to her, she started feeling uncomfortable and she was losing consciousness. And then the culprits decided that they couldn't handle her case anymore, having realized that probably she had ruptured. And they asked her to go to a private hospital. It was from the private hospital that she was immediately sent here. And by the time she came, she was a victim of mismanagement because she had ruptured the uterus, and unfortunately we had lost the baby as well. But we thank God for her life and her womb. So these are the kind of cases that we do get here in mother and child. And I dare tell you that before this facility was put up, perhaps she would have been one of the unfortunate mortality statistics. And that is why a facility such as this place must must be made available to everybody. Not even in Ondo State, but in the whole country.
I am Dr. Daphne D'Souza Keju, Chief Medical Officer in the Obstetric Unit of the Mother and Child Hospital, Akure. The other day, I did a scan for a young woman who had exceeded her expected date of delivery by 6 weeks, and we could not pick up the fetal heart with the Pinard stethoscope. So I now took her for a scan, where we were able to see the fetal heart and diagnose fetal viability. Based on our findings, we now induced her and delivered her within the next hour of a live baby, neonate. Usually in obstetrics we use ultrasound in the first, second and third trimester. In the first trimester, ultrasound is used to diagnose pregnancy, to determine whether the pregnancy is intrauterine or outside the uterus, that is ectopic gestation. When it's intrauterine, we now further diagnose whether it's a single gestational sac or multiple. Also, the ultrasound in early pregnancy gives us an idea whether the pregnancy is progressing normally, or whether at any stage the development of a pregnancy has been arrested when you end up with a missed abortion or a blighted ovum. Okay. In some cases where a woman starts bleeding in early pregnancy, in the first 3 months, the first trimester, you use ultrasound again to determine whether the pregnancy will be terminated, that is, if it's a complete abortion or incomplete abortion, whether she needs further treatment thereafter. In the second trimester, usually ultrasound is used for dating. The best time to determine the gestational age of a pregnancy in women who are not aware of their last menstrual period is between the 20th and the 24th week of gestation. In late pregnancy, dating of a pregnancy becomes rather difficult and not that reliable as in the second trimester. In the third trimester, that is after 28 weeks, ultrasound is used to determine the lie of the pregnancy, that is whether it's in the longitudinal lie, whether it's breech presentation or cephalic presentation, or whether pregnancy is in the transverse lie. Also, we use ultrasound in the third trimester to determine the position of the placenta. In cases where the placenta is low lie, then we are now able to diagnose the placenta previa and determine the management for her delivery. Also, cases of antepartum hemorrhage where the placenta is located normally but has this bleeding, retroplacental bleeding. In those cases, we have a condition known as accidental hemorrhage and or abruptio placenta. And if the fetus is alive, then you speed up the delivery of the baby by either cesarean or with augmentation of oxytocin. But if the fetus is already dead, then you just augment her and allow her to expel the product of conception.
We now know, based on our experiences in the Mother and Child Hospital Akure, that to reduce mortality in the state, we have to conscientiously focus our minds on making sure that women deliver in the right place. It is clear that it is where a woman delivers that often, more often than not, makes the difference between whether the pregnancy and labor ends in a favorable outcome or not. We implore our women to remember that it is more important to deliver in a facility in the presence of healthcare professionals rather than anywhere else, because if there's going to be anything that may go wrong in labor, it will happen during that time. I hope the message is clear. Let our mantra be, where you deliver is what really matters. Thank you.